TD Beef, in its most basic form, is a beef on dairy supply chain focused on profitability for everyone involved in the supply chain. Figured there's a lot more value and profitability if we can collaborate with everyone within it. So that's, starting of course with the semen company and the dairyman, down to the calf ranch, to the feed yard, to the packer, and then really all the way to the consumer. TD Beef has influence in every one of those arenas in every part of the supply chain, making sure that everyone is performing to their maximum capability. It's not a hard concept for a dairyman to embrace the idea behind quality milk and everything that goes into creating that, right? Like if we sit there and we have that conversation with them about, say, somatic cell, for instance, they know exactly that a lower somatic cell is likely more profitable than a higher somatic cell. Now, each of them are milk, but one is better. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve on the beef on dairy side. Embrace the idea that their meat and its quality is as important as milk and its quality.
My name's Jim Backerly. I'm a dairy producer in Clovis, New Mexico. The volatility in the milk market has gotten to where you have to be able to integrate as much as you can and try to get every last dollar as we always have. But down the road, it's untold where this could go. And there's the opportunity for me to retain ownership in these TD bulls. So there's a lot of flexibility in it also. But the big thing is dairymen have always put a lot of value in the genetics. It's the same thing with the black crosses and the TD bulls specifically, because these guys are, they're watching these cattle very close. Now the TD bulls they're just a different looking type of animal. They just look very hardy. And there's a premium at day old that has motivated me to go that way.
Well, I think that the economics of beef on dairy, ProfitSOURCE and TD beef in particular are almost self-explanatory. You can see the value in creating a higher quality product in a ProfitSOURCE calf or a TD calf. On the other side, you can see some of the economics of not having too many extra heifers. And you put those two things together and it's pretty dramatic, the picture that we can paint for our customers. The ability to capitalize on the better genetics that Select Sires can provide through ProfitSOURCE, and that TD can allow us to market through some of our supply chain partners, I think gives us the opportunity to really have an impact on somebody's financial bottom line.
I see a gap with our proven genetics, our TD program, and what the traditional black calf is going to be worth. As the packers get more data, feed yards get more data, they are going to want premium genetics. And that is going to reduce the price of just a standard black calf.
If you can use elite genetics, I'm able to pay you more for that dairy beef cross calf, which is more value. And from what my understanding is, everybody wants that. No matter what feed yard, they want that because they're going to discount these baby calves. And pretty soon, as we start getting into more and more known genetics, those commodity dairy beefs are going to be either I don't want them or less marketable. So we got a lot of different things here. We got, the dairymen have to get these cows to stick, which we have to use good semen on that. But we also have to use good semen from the calf ranch and feed yard standpoint so we can have cattle that convert. And then at the finished product at harvesting, then they have to have the grade of these animals at harvest.
We as an industry are going to have to be more comfortable on transparency and consistency. Beef on dairy genetics to me does both of those. If we get the genetics right, what we've seen, and we can get better genetic profile animals, when we look at feedability, ribeye area, which is huge, and overall cutability as we're working through the packing plan. So by starting with the proper genetics, knowing what goes in and on the animal, being able to carry that identification over so we can truly manage growth curves. Now when the person goes into the grocery store, they can have confidence and know a lot more about that quality of meat. I think we're going to have to do that as an industry. And we got 9.3 million head of dairy cattle out there. And when you look at the opportunity there, and I do believe it's an opportunity for the dairy to have incremental value. It's very much an opportunity to the consumer, because we can have a very coordinated, very transparent supply chain completely through with premium genetics and consistency.
The traceability of the genetics is very, very powerful.
To be able to track these calves from conception to consumption.
Traceability from day one, yes.
When we talk in the beef industry, there's just no substitute for quality.
The enemy of an elite supply chain are unknown genetics. And TD Beef and Select Sires solves that problem.